their part. But also the economic system is beginning to bite into them. So those that are trading within the euro, they have made sure that all the policies have been harmonized. They are doing very well. And I think that's what we need to do. And leave that kind of pride, the ego, that this is now a sovereign country, we have to continue with our currency, that must be something of the past if we're to move ahead. However, I can see that it's going to happen after a number of years. I don't know what the ED has to say about that. I submit.
That's why people use anti consumer model. So I think it's quite an issue that needs to be looked into. And this does not affect the business people here, it affects everyone. Even the policymakers, even those who are supposed to change this. So it is very, I think, at least among there's so many things that are very hard to work on. I think that is as an organization that does the advocacy, I think this is something that can be presented in the council for immediate action. That is possible. Yes, any other question? Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Winnie. I'm from the Kenya Association of Women in Tourism. And, just because there's nobody from tourism on the panel and there was supposed to be one, I just wanted to add to what Mercy has said about the business process outsourcing. Within the tourism sector, when we are exhibiting for international expos, we actually exhibit as one brand, that is Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. So the stands that are done internationally, whether in London and Berlin, they actually have the three countries. And the reason is also because we have a single tourist visa, so that when a person is entering Kenya, that actually allows them to either visit Uganda or Rwanda. And we have done that across the board. And we actually try to sell itineraries and safaris as one unit. So I would actually encourage all the other sectors to actually move along as one brand, as opposed to each of us just going and saying we are from one country. Yeah, that was just my comment. Thank you.
I think that is very encouraging. Again, I think it goes with the mindset, how you want to position yourself in terms of working across the board. So I think it's also, like you said, you have all those facilities, but you find that most cases we don't, and we blame the policymakers. Yes, please.
Thank you. My name is Ringa Florence. I come from Uganda. And mine is an observation from a rural perspective. I happen to support community initiatives from the rural communities, and our initiatives go deep to the final person. As we implement activities, look at the final person under the mango tree. And I have observation in 4 areas. One, as we focus on business and investment growth, I would propose and suggest or observe that we should be looking at the business ladder. In my observation and thought, some of the things we come on it from the middle, and then we leave the bottom. This investment should be focusing on addressing the rural producers to the level where they can equally be benefiting from this kind of promotions. And two, what is the focus and priority in promoting business and investment in East Africa? We should be looking at smoothening the value chain by addressing the rural production gaps and challenges. Who determines the price of these products at the production level? The producers are the rural communities, but price is determined from a different angle. So you find that by the time these products are coming from the rural people to the second level, they are always the unprivileged and they are always the ones who are left unattended to. 3. What is the primary goal for promoting East African business and investment promotion? What is the focus? Who are the targets? Who are and should be the primary beneficiaries? When you consider the impacts of some of these things that we do, like how we are promoting this business and investment, if you look at the impact down the road and the indicators of growth, you realize that there's increasing poverty levels, especially at the grassroots, to the extent that there's inadequate access to basic services, which is health, education, and so on. We should be measuring this growth at the rural level by seeing household increased household income at the lower level. But this may seem not to be the focus, in my opinion. In the morning, one of the speakers talked about, Madam Veronica talked about promoting common market, transport, equipment, youth and women's inclusion. For me, this is so important. In Uganda and possibly in Africa, the most people at the forefront of production are women. The youth are falling out of it, but how is a woman at the rural level benefiting from this business and investment promotion at East Africa level? So I would therefore recommend that let's try to consider the rural producers, the rural investors, and then promote business at that level to make sure that change can only, the impact can only be measured from down upwards. At the moment, I don't know what level. Looks like we are looking at it from secondary level or from a certain level, undermining the majority who should be our units of measurement to assess progress and impact of this kind of initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much.